We executed a little bit better in the second half. Thought we were a little bit sloppy in the first half. Quarterback struggled a little bit, especially in the passing game. Thought we run the ball effectively. Defensively, we played pretty well and got some sacks and turnovers and scored on defense. So all in all, I think that it's a good win for us. I knew this would be a tough game, as I said to many people all week. Kentucky's got a much better team than what everybody gives them credit for, especially in the last couple of weeks when they've sort of been trying to run the ball and do what they can do very well, and their defense has played a lot better, and I think that was certainly the case today. So you got to give them a little bit of credit. You got to give Mark a lot of credit for bringing his team back that way, so that they're playing hard and actually, playing a lot better. So I was pleased with the way our guys came out in the second half and played. Challenged a little bit at halftime. I didn't think we sort of imposed our will in the first half like we could have or should have or wanted to, however you want to say it. But I thought we did a much better job in the second half. We left some points, out there by not finishing some drives in the red area, but lots of things that we can improve on, lots of things to correct, and certainly a lot of lessons to be learned in this game, and we'll be anxious to make those improvements this week.
We'll start front right with Mark.
Yeah, just to start, we saw Tim Williams not play in the first half, but he came in the second half. Is that the extent of his punishment?
Yeah.
Come back over here with Michael. Michael,
Just the fumble that Sean, or that was forced, I guess it was Rashawn, that looked like a perfect form for what you guys want, stripping the ball. I guess what did you see on that play?
Well, we wanted to attack the ball, especially on the quarterback. We thought he was a little loose with the ball. I think the players did a good job of that, today, and that was certainly a big play of the game because we were struggling a little bit on offense, and the score was 10-3, and they were hanging in the game, and that was a big momentum swing for us, and that's what we work on, to try to strip the ball out every day in practice, and that'll be something that we can show the other players when you do it correctly. You certainly have a chance to get the kind of consequences that you like and get the ball out.
let's count the front row here with Ken.
Just wanted to ask you about Joshua Jacobs' play, particularly in that drive. I think he carried like 6 straight times right down the field and scored. His
Josh is really playing well. He's done a nice job for us. We have a lot of confidence in Josh. We have a lot of confidence in Damian Harris, who has played extremely well for us all year long. He was coming off a little bit of a high ankle sprain, wasn't able to practice quite as much this week. Was okay and clear to play in the game, but we decided that we would just spot play him and use him in third down, and that gave Josh a little more opportunity, and he certainly took advantage of it and did a great job.
Back left with Tommy.
Coach, what made the pass rush so effective tonight? Looked like you got a lot of guys involved. Is that something you see improving week to week?
Well, they did a lot of 7-man protection on third down. Notice they kept the tight end in the backfield and the back. And, when you do that, it's really hard, 7 guys blocking 4. So we had a few things that we added some rushers to it. So the guys that had those guys man-to-man were green dogging, and I think our guys did a good job of turning some of those one-on-one situations into really positive plays to get pressure on the quarterback. And in the first half, both times that we pressured where they weren't in 7-man protection, we got sack fumbles. So the guys really did good, but they made it tough for us to create one-on-one situations being spread out, because on a lot of third downs they packed it in there and we're in 7-man protection, which makes it difficult to really pressure. But our guys did a really good job of executing some of the things that we were trying to do and taking advantage of the matchups that they got.
On the right side over here.
Coach, did Kentucky do anything either offensively or defensively that surprised you?
Well, they played a little more floor wideouts today, which they had done earlier in the season pretty effectively and hadn't done as much the last couple weeks. And they created a couple mismatch issues for us relative to how we matched them up. And That was a little bit of an issue for us on a couple third downs, but it's something we'll have to definitely do in the future. They played a little wildcat, where the running back is the quarterback. We call it wildcat. In nickel situations, they had done that in regular situations, so we weren't as prepared to do it or defend it in nickel as we had worked on it in regular. So they had a couple little wrinkles that gave us some problems, and that's how they moved the ball on the last drive, really effectively.
Going here in the middle with Alex.
What do you think of the way the passing game developed as the game went on? It looked like Calvin and Jalen got a little bit of a connection going, especially in the third quarter.
Right, well, we just have to be more consistent in the passing game. Calvin had a career day today and was really, really good, but we've got a lot of other good players that we need to get involved in the passing game. We had some guys open out there, plays designed that they should have got the ball and they would have been big plays, and we didn't make them, we didn't make the throws, and sometimes we didn't read it correctly. So these are things that we need to continue to sort of work on and develop so that we develop a little more consistency in the passing game.
A couple more, go with Rainer.
On the passing game, how much was the problems in the first half attributed to pass protection issues? It seemed like Hurts was getting a lot of pressure from the backside.
Well, it was a combination of two things. We were taking some shots, thinking that they would play us a little more man-to-man. They played a little more 3-deep zone and played pretty soft, so we didn't really have the shots, and then we didn't protect very well. And they pressured the quarterback, and he didn't have a chance to read it out or hit the check down or whatever. So we just didn't do a very good job of executing up front or, in the route selection that we had or in the execution of it.
Last one up front here.
Coach,
You got a mic coming.
Coach, talk about Joshua Jacobs and what intangibles have made him so good so far this season for the offense.
Well, Joshua was a hard-working, sort of very instinctive player. Really understands how to press the hole, make cuts. He's got quickness. He's got a little burst and acceleration. He's got good hands. So, we needed one of our freshman backs to step up this year because we only had 2 guys left, and we've been pleased with the progress that both have made, but Josh has certainly done a really good job for us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.